Be sure to watch Sitare every week to catch your favorite star profiles, celebrity interviews, community events, and more.
Sitare TV.
Sitare TV.
Sitare
Right
TV.
here on Sitare TV.
Sitare TV.
Sitare TV.
Sitare TV.
Hello, today we are here at the Mexican Heritage Theatre, where Mount Madonna School is actually going to present their 43rd annual show, the Ramayana. We all know about it. We all know Ramayana. But do we know that more than 145 students have been performing in this musical, and it is their 43rd year? Where the students change, the story does not. So let's get into it, delve into some more interviews, and let's talk to some of the artists. This is Sitare TV and मैं हूँ रिनी. इस टाइम पे हमारे साथ है one of the finest actors on stage for Ramayana. She is none other than Mandodari. Hi. You know, I have seen you yesterday. You sang beautifully, you portrayed beautifully. How difficult it is to imbibe into a story that is from a faraway land.
Well, personally, I've had a lot of connection with the story my whole life. I've been to India 5 times throughout my life, so I knew the story very in depth coming in, so it never was a faraway thing for me. It was very close to home. But really learning about the culture, learning about the story itself has been an incredible experience I think for all the kids in the school, all ages. Yeah.
That's wonderful. You know, tell me something as well. You sang so beautifully. So is it that for this purpose you had to take some voice lessons, or you are already a good singer and that's why you have been chosen for this role?
I think it's definitely a combination of things. I think obviously singing plays a role with casting. You know, how you sing, how you act, it's always going to have a part to do when it comes to casting. But we have amazing directors who are going to help us really finesse our skills and get it perfect for the show.
So tell me something. I saw you, the pain in your eyes when you lost one son and another son is going for, you know, the war. And you are such a young person. How did you get those ideas that what will be the sort of pain that a mother can have? Like, who helped you to understand this better?
Well, I think I was able to channel a lot of pain. My father passed away 2 years ago. So that was definitely something I got to bring into the role because he was the person that introduced me to the Ramayana. So really bringing that into the role was very, very helpful. And as well as my directors really helping me to channel my pain, channel all of that energy from the crowd was incredibly helpful. Just definitely my experience as a person and my directors were really what helped me do it.
That's wonderful. You know, which grade are you in currently?
I'm in 12th grade.
So you have been performing in Ramayana for...
This is my 15th Ramayana.
So have you been looking forward to a point when you can reach to that height where you can play one of the main roles?
Oh, definitely. It's something I've looked forward to since I was a child. Like, I think I had what roles I wanted planned out since I was probably 3 years old. I've been looking forward to this my entire life, for sure.
That's wonderful. So she was, and she is, the Mandodari, the beautiful one, and she's very poised. Thank you so much. And you are watching Sitare TV with me and
Grace.
now I have something very important, and she's playing an important role in this drama as well. So I would let her introduce herself, and then we will talk more about this story.
Hi, I'm Ann Goert, and I am the head of Mount Madonna School.
And it was amazing experience to watch Ramayana. And I believe that every student in your school is participating in this. So how many years have you been associated with Ramayana?
Well, the school's been associated with Ramayana for at least 43 years. This is our 43rd annual production, and even before that, there were adults on campus that would produce the show annually. So we have a very rich tradition of this production.
So 43 years, you must be very attached to the story as well, but every year you watch the same musical. How do you feel? Like, how is the story growing inside the kids in your school?
Well, this is an epic tale, and it's telling all of the universal values of truth and beauty and evil. And so our students really embody these characters, and they learn that this is about the internal struggle. So it really helps guide them in who they become. So we're really thrilled that our students have such an opportunity to learn from this rich tradition.
And one last question I want to ask is, I know that kids from probably preschool, they wait for, like higher grades where they can hold important positions. But when it comes, I know there will be only one Rama or one Sita or, one Ravana. How do the other kids take it, like if they're not selected for that particular role?
Well, at times there is some disappointment, particularly when they're little and they see their big buddy, who is Sita or Rama, and but they really end up finding that the character whom they were supposed to play really represents them. So in the end, I think they're really happy with their choice.
I think your school plays a lot of role to strengthen them in their characters because you stand by for all the kids as well. So what has been your role as an administrator in this play?
So as an administrator, we've been working really hard, tirelessly for months, and even a year ago, to really start organizing this, to get the parent volunteers, to make sure that all of the students have this opportunity, and to make sure that we are following the best COVID protocols that we can to keep everybody safe. But really, it's just to help embody this play and to have all of our students have a wonderful opportunity.
And my next question will be about the production itself. We have seen a lot of wonderful effects. And I believe that they have evolved with time. Like in the first year and the 43rd year must be a lot different. So how do you perceive that this is something that you can use and who helps you?
Well, so we have a team of nearly 300 volunteers and also a lot of paid employees that really work on this year-round, year after year. So for us, this is something that we really care about deeply. And our students, for example, there's a rap at the end, and one of our students, our alumni, created that. And so that's been a tradition that even our students help create this play. So it's an ever-evolving, yet it still hones and still honors the tradition.
So we are here to watch this incredible musical Ramayana. It is the 43rd year production for Mount Madonna School, and in Ramayana we know that the first and foremost thing we always look for is Lord Rama. So here we have Lord Rama. Can you tell your name, please?
My name is Ben, or Benjamin, either one, yeah.
Benjamin, it was incredible. I watched the show. It was amazing and you did really good. But tell me something, like how was your experience knowing about Lord Rama?
Well, I've been at this school since kindergarten, so I don't know. There's the connection with the story, and there's just like the connection with this whole experience too. So it's a little bit weird being Ram, just because I've seen so many different people, and it's always like the person I've looked up to, and now I'm the person that people are looking up to. So that's a little bit surreal. But yeah, the story is really cool. The moral lessons and all that stuff. Yeah.
So tell me something, Ben. You have been here since kindergarten, so you must have participated in a lot of Ramayanas, right? So did you always want to be Ram or something else?
I did, since kindergarten. I either wanted to be Ram or Hanuman. But yeah, Ram was always my favorite character, so yeah.
That's great. You know, for very few people, the dream comes true. And I think here we have Ben, whose dream came true because he is Lord Ram in the musical Ramayana. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
All to like us on Facebook and do not forget to subscribe to our Sitaare TV YouTube channel. SITAARRE. Subscribe and click on the bell icon.
Right now, I have somebody very important. Important not only in Indian mythology but also in this musical, because she is one person who's pulling all the strings in this story. So right here I have Parvati. Parvati, what's your real name?
Kayla Goldstein.
Kayla, you did amazing on stage. I just want to know, Kayla, which grade are you in?
I'm a senior, I'm in 12th grade.
So you started when you were very young in Mount Madonna, and what character you wanted to be when you were a kid?
I wanted to be Sita, but then growing up and really being involved with the play ever since I was in preschool, I think I found a very intense love for the character of Parvati, and I'm incredibly happy that I got this role this year.
So your character was very different from the rest, because you are actually narrating the story with Shiva. You are pulling all the strings, you are showing what is important, what is not. How did this experience change you as a person?
I think it gave me a lot of perspective, because with this story, it's an epic. It's incredible. There's so many lessons to learn from it. And when I actually do get to narrate and tell the story and point out the important parts, I notice the important parts and I really get to feel the story. And I'm incredibly happy that I get to experience that.
Bunch of great dancers. They perform beautifully on stage, and today they will rock again. So how about you tell us about your journey? How did you enjoy learning the steps and working on stage with all the cameras and lights, everybody looking at you? Like, how was your experience?
Well, it's cool because we're all kind of like in sync. Well, not always, but sometimes we all like doing the same thing. I think it's like cool, and we're all learning the dances and stuff.
How about you?
So we learned in like a smaller gym, and when we came here, it was very different, like the lighting and all that.
That's great. How do you like when people cheer for you guys?
If it makes us feel like, I think that we like accomplished something like good, and like we were doing well, and that we can like always try to do better, but like we know that we've gotten there.
And what do you want to be in the next few years, especially when you get to the senior classes?
I'm hoping I become Sita, because I don't know, I just like main roles. But I'm looking forward to other years too, like being in the Guha tribe, and yeah.
That's wonderful. Wish you all the best. Break a leg on the stage, and you guys are anyways amazing. Here I have a queen, Queen Sumitra. She holds a very important role in Ramayana, and let's see how she is portraying this amazing queen's character. What is your name?
My name is Chloe.
Chloe, when you got into this Ramayana and you got one of the vital roles here, how did you feel?
I was really excited. I've never been in the Ramayana before. This is my first year. But being in it is really a great experience. So I'm very happy with the role I got.
So how long was the practice that you have been doing for this musical?
We've been doing it probably for a couple of months. We finished our other play, Beauty and the Beast, maybe February, and we went straight into auditions and rehearsals.
So did you like the process of, growing into a musical family where everybody is participating, like all the kids in your school is participating in this drama and you were one of them. Did you like this experience?
Yes, I've loved music since I was really little, and I'm a singer, so I really enjoy it.
That's wonderful. So this is Sumitra with us, and you are watching Sitare TV. We are covering the Ramayana by Mount Madonna School. Thank you so much.
Lord Shiva, if it be your will, allow me to lift your bow.
I'm Jimmy Bregman. I'm a senior at Mount Madonna, and I play Hanuman and King Dasarath. I've had a really good time this year with Ramayana. We missed the last two. And so this has been a really, really special experience for me, jumping right into this big senior role.
So, this is very interesting because at one point of time you were the father of Ram, and then after some time you became the best buddy of Ram. How is the experience? Like, these are two different characters you are wonderfully playing. I have watched this drama yesterday. You have done amazing. How is this experience enriching you?
Well, it's actually really unique because as Hanuman, I am Ram's devoted servant, but in reality, I have known the person that plays Ram for all 17 years of my life. So I am truly devoted to him, and that really helps me embody that character in a cool way.
So how long have you been playing in Ramayana?
I started at Mount Madonna my freshman year, and I played a demon, and that was pretty fun. And then we didn't really get to do Ramayana, as I said before. But this has been such a super cool experience. I wanted Hanuman, and I got to be Hanuman, and it's been very special for me.
That's great. So being Hanuman is a lot of jumping and eating bananas. Do you do a lot of jumping?
I've been doing a lot of jumping and eating bananas. My feet are quite sore, but it's such a blast. I've grown so much together with my monkey compatriots, and we've had a really, really great time.
So tell me something. Being Hanuman in Ramayana is something very important because he holds the entire story together. He does the most difficult things in Ramayana, and you are one of that pivotal character. But this story is from a very faraway land. Like how does this story imbibe inside you?
I think it's really unique, and it represents a lot of values that you don't see in a lot of Western media, and it's very unique, and it still has some of the same aspects that you see, but it has a certain flavor to it that makes it really special from other things you see.
That's wonderful. So here we have King Dashrath and Hanuman in the play Ramayana by Mount Madonna School. We are at the Mexican Heritage Theater experiencing the amazing musical by all of them, and I believe that every year all the kids participate in this annual musical production, and they are so excited. You can see all the excitement, but I'm really excited for Hanuman. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ram's wife, Sita, has been kidnapped by the evil demon king Ravana. My lord, by your grace, I will find her. Just give me the command, and I will destroy this Ravana and all of his people. We don't even know where to begin to look. My King Sarima has a huge army of monkeys and bears that can cover the world in search of her. Let me take it to you.
What did you learn from this Ramayana?
I didn't know a lot of this is my first Ramayana, so I didn't know a lot of the whole thing, but I learned about all the characters and the whole thing about all that.
So I believe you had the most magical appearance on stage, like you came out from the flower and all. So how did you like the entire experience?
It was nice. I like all the stuff that there is and all this and the smoke rolling down the stairs. It's really pretty.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, and wish you all the best for today's show. We know the entire Ramayana, the entire war between Ram and Ravan, between the good and the evil. occurred only because of one person. And right now, right here, I have that person with me. Sita, as we say, but we really want to know your real name.
My name is Alyssa Manzer.
You know, you were amazing on stage. You were a good singer, you're a good performer. How many years have you been performing Ramayana?
So I joined the school in the 7th grade, and this would be my 4th Ramayana.
So when you joined, which character did you play and which character you had your eyes on?
I've always wanted to be Sita, you know, like she's the star, she's beautiful. I always wanted to be her since I joined in 7th grade, but my first year I was a deer. So I actually got to do a scene with her, and I was amazed every single time I saw her.
That's wonderful. So tell me something, like you have been portraying Sita in this musical. What did you learn about Ramayana?
I learned that there's a lot of depth within the characters, and I actually didn't know that Ravana was actually a really good king before he got blinded by his pride and, you know, everything like that. So I always thought it was interesting just to learn more and more about the story as I've grown up and have been doing this for many years. And I finally get to be Sita and learn about her story and everything that happens after, and it's just really cool.
That is wonderful. Wish you all the best.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and do not forget to subscribe to our Sitare TV YouTube channel. SITAARRE. Subscribe and click on the bell icon.
If you want to see what's the latest going on at Sitare TV, who we're interviewing, what community events we're going to, join our community on Facebook.
We have a prince who is very much, you know, known to all of us who read Ramayana. There have been many poetries, many proses with this prince, and it is none other than Prince Megnath, aka Indrajit. Hi, what's your name?
So in the play, I am Prince Megnath, also known as Meghnada or Indrajit. My name is Sandy Estoni, and I am the actor in our 2022 Ramayana production.
So, how many years have you been performing in Ramayana?
I've been in this production for 6 years now. We took a break last year due to COVID, but I have been in this play since I was a member of the Beel tribe.
So tell me something, the character of Megnath is not easy. You know, he is somebody with a lot of knowledge. You must be knowing the background of Megnath. He is very knowledgeable. He's a great warrior, and yet he made some choices to, you know, like I would say to support his father's pride. So how did you, like this is a difficult job. How did you manage it so easily on stage? I have watched you yesterday, so I know.
Thank you. I think Megnath really has a lot of there's a lot of emotion there, and I think in our play that's not as easy to express. There's not as many times for me to be able to express that emotion. So whenever I get the chance, I really have to make sure that that's apparent, and I have to really show that dynamic of how the conflicted personality of Megnath between wanting this pride of his father to fulfill his father's wishes, but he also loves his mother, and having to find that emotional balance and how that plays out on stage in several key scenes was a lot of my process for discovering how I wanted to portray Megnath. And it took a lot of thought, but I think I'm happy with where I've landed. in my
You know, I think it's really difficult to portray a dark character on stage, which you are not, like you are not that person. And he did it amazing, on stage. He was amazing with every dance moves, with every, throwing off the words. Everything was very perfect. I wish you all the best. Hi, you are looking so beautiful and you did amazing on stage. So tell us about your character and your real name.
Well, my name's Mariah. I'm a junior here. And my character is Trijeta. She's basically Ravana's oracle or like seer. And she's really good friends with Mandodari, the queen. So she talks to Mandodari when she hears Ravana making these plans that aren't going to go very well for him. And she's like, Mandodari, don't do this. This is a bad idea. And she also talks to Vibhishan, and then Mandodari and Vibhishan talk to each other. So yeah, basically my character just is trying to keep Lanka alive and not let Ravana ruin it for everyone who lives there. Yeah.
So it's very difficult to understand an epic, and you guys are performing that on stage with all of those kids. How much have you learned from the epic Ramayana while doing this musical?
I've learned actually a lot more than I thought I was going to. Last year, the sophomores last year, they read the full Ramayana in their English class. So like backstage in our rooms, but like before we go on, we just talk, and they've been telling me about like the real story and like what happens after our version ends. And it's actually really interesting, and it makes me want to research it more, like go on Google and like read about it myself. So I think it's really cool that we're portraying it ourselves too, though.
That's wonderful. It is really interesting that this particular musical is actually opening up another world for all the kids who are performing. They're going to Google, they're searching about what happens next in Ramayana, and that's exactly what probably our next generation should do whenever we are reading an epic, not restricting them, but opening up a whole new universe. Thank you so much for your time and wish you all the best.
Ravana, ruler of the world, once a great king, now blinded by his power. Trijeta, an oracle and priestess, sings in honor of the queen, but the king is distracted and pays her no heed. Can you ever forgive me? I fear I will never see Ram again. Even if I do, will he have me back?
Princess, you are his every thought. You will be here soon to rescue you.
Please tell him to hurry. Ravana has only given me 2 days.
Ravana will pay for what he has done. Excuse me, mother. Good morning! Tell your worthless master and he has an honored guest. Hurry, or I shall destroy this entire Ashoka Grove, starting first with you. Go!
Wait, no, her! She's an oracle.
Take her someplace safe.
That's not to stay here.
So right now I'm so excited because I'm sharing the spot with Lord Shiva, as you can see, and you have done wonderful in the play, and you and Parvati, you both were the strings, in the entire play. So knowing about Shiva and portraying him on stage, how was your experience?
I feel like it was pretty intimidating when I found out what my role was, because he's such an important character and an important person. So I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to, I guess, portray him as best as he deserves. So I guess that's just been my biggest obstacle in this, is just trying to be the best I can and not underplay him at all.
So which grade are you in currently?
I'm a 12th grader, a senior.
And when did you start acting in this play, Ramayana?
when I was 4 years old. Yeah, I was the skunk as a 4-year-old preschooler.
That's wonderful. So you grew with this Ramayana story inside you, and now you are Lord Shiva. I know there are challenges, there will be challenges, but you did it wonderfully. So to hold the strings, it's a very difficult job because you are actually creating every imagery that's coming on stage. Do you ever feel that you have a lot of pressure on you, or like, you are good?
I definitely feel the pressure, but I know that everyone around me is really supportive, and even if I do mess up, they'll be there to support me, and they won't, I don't know, be too mad about it.
And what did you learn from this story?
I guess from the story, or more from the process, I think I've learned the most is just how to really be able to embrace a character and not be afraid to be out there and be singing and talking to 400 people.
That's wonderful. So this is Lord Shiva.
My Lord Shiva, Parvati, my love, you are said to be the destroyer of ignorance, and you are the love of my heart. What is it that you desire? Vishnu, the supreme god, took human birth as Prince Ram in order to liberate the earth from pain and suffering. Yet, once born, why was he subject to the same ignorance and confusions as any other human? Human birth is for experience and liberation. Once born, Ram fights with demons both inside and out to liberate himself and others from the obstacles of living a spiritual life. That is why I want to hear the story of Prince Ram again. It would take long to tell. We're in heaven! Who's worried about the time? I live only to please you, though you do often tell most of the story yourself. I will be on my best behavior, I promise. But before you begin, we should ask for a blessing from Saraswati, goddess of art, music, and learning. That way, you can see the story as it actually happened. You are as wise as you are beautiful. O goddess Saraswati, you who renders art to life, please hear our request. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
I have a bunch of little kids here, and they are so excited to be on the musical Ramayana, right? What are you guys playing here?
Wedding dancer. Wedding dancer.
Wedding dance?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And are you excited?
Yes. Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. I had a lot of fun.
Did you guys love to jump around and dance and sing?
Yes, we do like Rama, ho Rama, ho Rama, and like spin around. Our partner spins around and like that, and then like we start off like walking over here and then praying to our partner, coming to a bridge. Yeah, that. It's very detailed.
It's very detailed.
They make us and they really dedicated by made by.
Okay, come this
dance
side.
By
come this side. Yeah. Okay. So stand like that. Okay, great.
It's very hard.
So come on over. All right. So tell me something like when you grow up in the school, which role do you want to play? You first.
So when we like our seniors?
Yeah.
Well, I like Jatayu. He's funny. And he's like, well, he's just funny.
He's very good. What about you?
I won't be here next year, but if I was, I would want to be the 10-headed dude.
Ravana?
Yeah. I also want to be Queen Mandodari because she also gets a big part, even though Ravana is actually a bad dude, and all she has to do is just save Sita, and she has to save Sita from being kids. She sings a few songs, yeah.
She's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
What about you?
For me, Shiva.
Shiva? Okay, that's great. So all of you have great choices. I wish you all the best, that you be what you want when you grow up. And thank you so much. You guys performed so well yesterday. I was like, I had googly eyes like that. And thank you so much for being here.
Say
behind me, everybody is getting ready. This is such an organized platform, I would say, because I can see there are tents for 6 to 8 years. There is another tent for 3 to 7 years. So everything is assigned. And there are multiple tables, as you can see, where they are doing their makeups. Inside, we will definitely show you the rooms where they have been keeping all the masks, like for Hanumanji, for all the demons. There are special effects. I'm really excited for the fire-breathing dragon, and I believe that you would love Kumbhakarna. We will get into all of them. You're watching Sitare TV and Mehorini. So I know you have been playing in Ramayana for some years now. What was the character that you played when you first joined Ramayana, and what did you want to be when you grow up?
So the first character I was a deer, and I've always wanted to be Sita. She's the star of the show, and she's beautiful, so I've always looked at her growing up, and I always knew that I wanted to be her.
Tell me something, like I'm sure that a lot of people wanted to be Sita, and you backed this role. So what were the criteria for being Sita?
So everyone has to be in auditions. We do song auditions, dance auditions, and scene auditions. We do them in front of the whole middle and high school. So, it's just the person who can play the character the best. For Sita, I think you have to be very strong, but also very kind. So that's what I try to portray in my role.
That is wonderful. And how did you feel when, amongst all the people, you have been chosen for the role?
I felt very grateful. I know that Sita is someone that everyone wants to be, and I'm just really thankful that I got to be here this year for my senior year.
That is wonderful. Wish you all the best. And yeah, just rock on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ravana, ruler of the world, once a great king, now blinded by his power. Sujata, an oracle and priestess, sings in honor of her queen, but the king is distracted and pays her no heed.
To like us on Facebook, and do not forget to subscribe to our Sitare TV YouTube channel. SITAARRE. Subscribe and click on the bell icon.
If you want to see what's the latest going on at Sitare TV, who we're interviewing, what community events we're going to, join our community on Facebook.
What is the most beautiful part of this drama? It is that every year they do this musical. This is the 43rd year, and every student of Mount Madonna School is participating. This is mandatory for all of them. And being non-Indian, they are very much into this drama. They understand the hidden meaning. They understand why this drama has been portrayed in Mount Madonna School for this 43 years. So yes, we are all excited. Are you excited too? This is Sitare TV, and I am Rini. So here I have wonderful, beautiful kids dressed up in something very interesting. So let me ask them, what are you guys doing in the musical?
We are the Beale tribe.
We're a tribe of orphaned kids living in the Dandaka, and that's a forest full of demons.
So you guys danced beautifully. Yesterday I watched the musical, and you are very synced. So how long have you practiced?
We practiced since, I remember practicing during April up until now.
Yeah, so we kind of started late, but since then we've done a ton of practicing. So at least once a day, if not more.
That's wonderful. I really think the tribal Bhil people are so beautiful that I would love to meet them when I am in Dandaka. Thank you so much for bringing that up on stage, and you are watching Sitare TV. So I have here a person for whom the entire Ramayana got written. he is none other than Bharat. So tell me about yourself. What's your name?
My name is Isaiah.
So when you bagged the role of Bharat, did you, get to feel the importance because only because of you the entire Ramayana happened, right? So how important did you start feeling inside?
I felt very important because without what happens with my character, there's no story that starts to continue on. So I feel very important as the character.
So, as Bharat, you by now you know the story, right? As Bharat, it's very difficult because you had been, you have been offered everything, the kingdom, the throne, everything, and then you decide to leave everything and go and seek the footsteps of Lord Ram, and you take the like the sandals back home. So it's the character is with mixed emotion. He can have everything and then he leaves everything. So as a person, what did you learn from this character?
I learned that maybe having everything isn't the best thing, and maybe that giving is better than taking.
That's a deep thought. Which grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
So, a 10th grade kid can understand a very important lesson of life through Ramayana, and that's why this story is so important. So, you have been practicing for very long, right?
Yes, probably about 4 or 5 months now.
So, have you ever thought that how this story, how this musical has changed your life, who you were before, and who are you right now?
Yes, because the story does tell you and teach you a lot of lessons in life. So I've changed a lot and learned new things. So yes, I have.
Welcome to my kingdom of Katila.
We are grateful to be here, King Jana, in your wondrous city. May I introduce you to my queens, Queen Kaikeyi, Queen Sumitra, and Queen Kushala.
Each one more beautiful than the next. And these must be your sons.
Prince Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrugna.
Welcome to you all. And this is my daughter, the Princess Sita.
Great King, by my father's request, I've come to lift the bow of Shiva.
Prince Ram, how will you succeed when so many before you have failed?
Fair question, Princess.
May the heavens smile upon you, my son.
So, tell me something, like being a student and understanding an epic called Ramayana is very difficult. But how did all of you, like I believe you were more than 145 kids performing in this, musical. Do you think like all of you understand the story? Who tells you like the inner meanings, or like do you delve into it and figure out by yourself?
Our director very much so tells us the story as we begin to learn all of our lines and begin to really get into our characters. She does teach us the lessons behind it, and I really do feel like she gives us that meaning behind the entire show.
So, Sitara TV audience, I just want to say that it's not only the musical. There is an effort behind that. The kids are not only doing a musical, they are learning the values, the stories, the hidden meanings of the epic Ramayana, and that's where this musical stands out. Thank you so much for your time, Bharat. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
After watching the musical, we always think about the production. Production is really hard. Choreographing all those kids together is really hard. Thinking about the scenes is really hard. And here is one person who actually did all of these very hard things and made it very simple. We have Giovanni here. Thank you so much for being in Sitara TV.
Thank you.
So I have a very simple question, which can be very complex as well. So I saw a lot of special effects, and they were really good. Like starting from Kumbhakarna to the fire-breathing dragon. I believe that it has changed from years to years. It must not be there in the first year as it is in 43rd year. How did you perceive about like what to use, how to use, like how did you make it happen?
Most of the props were actually ideas of a gentleman named Michael Doherty, and he was a student of Baba Haridas. And Babaji each year wanted to have like a new monster, or he had a really amazing sense of humor and always wanted something a bit different. And so the evolution of the dragon just grew from this this just fun time they had together creating these things. So that's how the dragon was actually built by his students, the Kumbhakarna puppet, Nakumba. Nakumba is done by a child, a student. The only two props that we have adults doing are Kumbhakarna because it's so heavy and driving the dragon.
So I hear that you did the choreography as well, and it was beautiful. So how many different kinds of Indian dances have you, incorporated in this drama?
Well, actually, the invocation, which is traditional, that we hired a specialist from India who was trained in India named Izumi Soto. I wouldn't want to do anything wrong to be disrespectful, so I didn't choreograph that. My choreography was more the monkeys, the fun stuff, and the demons, all the background and throughout the play. It's a musical. So we also had a student choreographer named Sophia Manzer who did the golden deer and that deer scene. She did the choreography for that, as well as the demoninis that kind of dance all over. So she's a dancer and did those.
It was really wonderful to see the golden deer performing ballet. Yes, it was amazing. And every move from every dancer on stage was very much in sync. So I believe it was a lot of hard work for you. How many days or months have you taken to get them all in sync?
We had auditions in February, and casting was, I think, the second week of February, or second or third week of February. And from that time, I think we have class periods. So we have them during school day, and then we would have some after school rehearsals. And then starting, it was June 4th, we had full run. So we were all day at the gym, and then we've been here every day, morning to night, at the theater. And the final, after finals, they have all day at the gym. We're working on it as well. So the week before, so a lot of time.
I understand, but I myself is a dancer, so I understand it. When you practice in a gym and then you come on a stage, it's a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you handle that with kids?
We mark off with blue tape. We kind of outline the stage. We have garbage cans that are the columns, so we know the set so well that we stage it, precisely as far as dimensions. And then it's always still a learning curve once you get to the theater, and you have the lights, and all of a sudden we have a live band instead of the tapes. So at first, some of them were going too fast or too slow because the music sounded a bit different live, but they get used to it from all their time practicing all week. So we're here 11 to 5:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for preview Thursday. And so do it again and again and again and again. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. And
my eyes deceive me? Shri Ram?
Welcome, Guha, Buddha, my friends. I'm glad to see you are all well.
Oh, Ram, the sight of you brings joy to my heart. Guha, Rajiv is happy!
This is my wife, the Princess Sita.
I look forward to meeting you. Ram often spoke of his adventures here when he and his brother were boys. I love them as if they are my own sons. Lord Ram, you are very well. As have I. This is my beautiful wife. You'll honor us with your visit. Oh, I remember years ago when these two were just boys and I could hold them in my arms. They've become such boys. We shall have a feast suited for the future king of Ayodhya. We shall have a feast!
Guha, please. Thank you, but we cannot stay. Our father has ordered us to leave the kingdom and live in the jungle for 14 years.
What? What has the king done? Buddha, go to Ayodhya. We go to Ayodhya.
Please.
Ram,
enjoyed watching all the cast and characters of the musical Ramayana presented to you by Mount Madonna School. It is really interesting to watch that kids from preschoolers till high schoolers all have come together to present this amazing musical, which is an epic. It's very difficult to imbibe the story, but they have done it beautifully. And you know, the greatest part of this musical is every year they perform. The kids grow up and the characters they look up to grow up as well. And one day, the kid that played probably a jungle animal becomes Rama or Sita or Mandodari. And that's how they evolve as a person. They get to know about this epic. They search about it online. They get to know more. An universe opens in front of their eyes. And all of this happens in school. How beautiful is that? If you have a chance, do not miss this production. Every year, Mount Madonna School brings to you the musical Ramayana, which is a high-class production you should never miss. So yes, go to the Mexican Heritage Plaza, watch this theater when you get a chance next year. Thank you so much. This is Rini. You are watching Sitara TV.
Be sure to watch Sitare every week to catch your favorite star profiles, celebrity interviews, community events, and more.
Sitare TV.
Sitare TV.
Sitare
Right
TV.
here on Sitare TV.
Sitare TV.
Sitare TV. Sitare TV.